Hey, and welcome back to Transformative Joy. It's been kind of a rough few weeks. I had a little medical procedure and had to be intubated. Nothing serious, but it did leave me with a pretty hoarse voice for a while, and then like some kind of stomach bug hit my family, so I was down with that for a while as well. But yay, I'm back, feeling better, and excited to be here with you today. Now, I'm just going to say one thing, and I know sometimes I'm allude to things that are going on in the world, but I'm just going to say that if you feel like you're pro-life, but you celebrate and support somebody who threatens to decimate entire civilizations and traffics children and other heinous things, then you need to really think about if you are actually pro-life. Genocide is never okay. That shouldn't even be a hard thing to say. I don't care if it's in Sudan, Gaza, Iran, I don't care where. It's never okay. All right. Now on to a little more happier things. I am going to pull a few cards to see kind of what the theme is for this week's reading. It is the 9th, the day that I'm recording this. So for the next 7 days or so, I want to see what Spirit has to tell us. What do we need to know? All right. Let's see. 3 cards. Shuffle these a little bit. I hope that through everything that has been going on, that you have been okay, and I hope my cards aren't too loud. I don't have a cloth on my table today. I don't know how that will impact the microphone, but we'll just see. If it's bad, the next week I'll put the cloth back on. All right. Okay, what themes do you... Ooh. Basil, prosperity, luck, and love. Let's see if that gets in there. All right, we'll do 2 more. Harvest, determination and hard work. Looks like there could be a turn, maybe, for those who have put in the work, those who are doing the work. And autumn, beauty and balance. Balance is important, especially in a time when there's so much chaos and turmoil going on. It can be easy to just kind of drop into the grief of it all. And it doesn't even have to be times with world chaos. It could be your own life as well. I mean, you have to take time to nurture yourself and to take care of your spiritual and soul being. Otherwise, you will have a hard time with other people. You'll burn yourself out. So I think it's a good thing to have balance. So let's see, what do you have to say to us about all that? What do we need to know? I'm going to do the horseshoe spread today. That popped into my mind. And get that going. The one thing I can say when things are rough, life is a circle. It's like a wheel, like the Wheel of Life card. It is always turning. Sometimes you're on top and sometimes you're on the bottom. And when you think you're on the bottom and it feels like you're never going to be on the top again, that's just because of how hard the bottom is. But nothing ever stays back, ever. So let's see. There are always things in life that we can take joy in. And the most important of these things is our relationships to others, how we treat other people, what we allow them, how we allow them to treat us. Now, are you kind? Are your words kind? Are your actions kind? Are they compassionate? Those are the important things. Not how much money you have, what amazing things you accomplish in life. Because the amazing thing to accomplish in this life is simply to enjoy your life. And true enjoyment comes through a balance, right? It comes through working with your relationships, with your family, with your friends. How well loved are you? How well do you love others? That, at the end of the day, is what matters. All right. Have Temperance, Knight of Pentacles, and Four of Pentacles, Two of Wands. They're at the top. There, let's see what else. And I'm talking about the Eight of Pentacles. This is a Pentacle heavy reading. I'm just going to say a Page of Pentacles. All right. And the Six of Cups. All right. So looking at this, just kind of looking at this spread, I feel like, okay, this is a very earth heavy or physical, tangible thing. So when we're talking about determination and hard work in Basil, we've got the luck going on. That is a this hard work. I think part of that, we got the autumn and balance, and I'm kind of focusing on that right now because balance is key. And maybe that's why I rambled on about it, but that's kind of the foundation. This is in the past card. Um, and I don't think that we're fully out of that. We need a foundation of balance here. There's too much in this world that's out of control, and that can impact us as individuals. Because when the world is going crazy, you have to, you do want to do the things that you do have the power to change. Uh, Calling elected officials, getting involved in the process, taking care of people in need, protecting your neighbors. But you also have to balance that with caring for yourself. Limit the time that you spend listening to news. Limit your exposure to angry rants on social media, because that just feeds into the angst and the anguish that you feel if you are constantly listening to, even if you agree with them, to people over and over panicking or angry or raging out about things going on. It only turns the heat up on you. And we are not built for that 24/7 bombardment of news. We're just not built that way. Humans, for the longest time, it didn't change until the 90s with, I think it was the OJ trial. We didn't have a constant feed of news. Way back in the day, you might every once in a while get a visitor who told you what was going on, or some kind of, you know, village crier or something. And then, moved to the age of TV, or, before then it was a daily newspaper. It was once a day. Same with the news. You had it in the morning and in the evening. But now it's constant. And our stress levels have just exploded as a planet. Like, you've got to set boundaries for yourself just to have peace of mind. Because here's the thing, the people who would like to say, oh, there are, we want, let me just step back. The people who are in control who should not be in control, the people who wish to take away civil liberties, the people who wish to pull back the power of the people so that they can have power for the wealthy, those people want you worked up and overly stressed. And they want you to feel hopeless, because when you feel hopeless, you don't have the energy, the creativity. You don't have, it's hard to do anything about it. And they know that when we, the people, actually come together, there are more of us than them, and we can actually do something about it. But we can't do that if we're constantly bombarded with negativity. It just doesn't happen that way. So, so I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like I'm meant to say what I'm meant to say. Cards bring it out in me. I got a little, kind of get back to what the reading is. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is the Knight of Pentacles here with the Page of Pentacles. So we've got two court cards, right? And the Knight of Pentacles would suggest like forward movement, but the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight of all. He is probably the most prepared knight. So now is a time for preparing. Now is a time for doing, but doing things out of a place of thoughtfulness, consideration, having clear goals, right? And this page, which would be here in the way that I do my horseshoe spread, is kind of like a youthful energy around this ideal. So whatever it is in your life that you're working on, whatever you need to do the work, the Eight of Pentacles, which Eight of Pentacles is all about mastery of work, right? That it is time to continue to practice, continue, whether your work, and believe it or not, sometimes your work is just taking care of your own mental health. Whether that is making sure that you are meditating, that you are journaling, that you are doing the things, getting help, speaking to someone, doing the things that you need to do. Or maybe you got a brand new idea and you've got an idea for something that you want to put out into the world, something creative. Now is the time to put in that hard work. This is the card of hard work, but a satisfying hard work. This isn't like the hard work where you're like, oh my God, I have to do 20 pages of long division. No, not unless you love math, which some people do, but I'm not one of them. But if it's the kind of hard work that when you're done, you're like, oh my God, that was exhilarating. I'm tired, but I enjoyed that. That's the kind of work we're talking about. In the near future, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So there's some conservation going on, right? It provides the balance. And I look at this at the top, and I know you can't see it, or I don't know if you can see it. The cards may say no. So I've got at the top in the near future and the environment or things that are working in our favor. The 4 and the 8. Numerically, I think that's significant. 4 is about conservation. 8 is about that hard work and mastery. And there's a balance that needs to be done. So while you're doing the work, make sure that you're having fun too. Make sure that you are giving yourself a break, going for a walk, reading a book, playing Dungeons and Dragons, whatever it might be that's yours. So I do want to pull some clarification cards. We do have the Two of Wands here, which represents the collective in this case. So kind of with this energy and looking out at what needs to happen, I want to get some clarification. And all right, so tell me more about the prosperity and luck. And what does that have to do with the Six of Cups? Remember, we got the Six of Cups, and that is in the possible, results. The end, not the ending, but conclusion of the matter. So, what? Tell me more. Explain why the Six of Cups is here. Okay, I'm gonna pull 3 cards. Shuffle 2 more times. Pull 3 cards. Find out about the Six of Cups. What do you want us to know about the Six of Cups? Let's see. One more time. Okay. All right. And we got a shadow. Transformation. Trapped in fear. Okay. So we could potentially get stuck if we don't do the shadow work. If we don't, and the shadow here, it's kind of like I view this as kind of like the Hermit card, which is wisdom, seeking wisdom, but looking into the heart of things, allowing yourself to have self-knowledge about who you are, what you need to improve on, what things are wonderful about you that you should allow to expand, and allow that knowledge along with that hard work, along with the innocence of childhood, really. Allow all of that to transform you. Because that's what the hard times are for. See, I've been through a lot of hard times, and I can tell you the hard times, as shitty as they are, they teach you something about yourself. And so now when something goes wrong, rather than panicking, I don't love it, but I know because I've been down this road before, I'm going to be okay. Not only that, but it teaches you humility. It teaches you, if you allow it, empathy, so that when you see someone else going through it, you can sympathize and empathize with them, and you can be caring and kind to them. Um, so I think we have a choice here with this innocence and with this kind of nostalgia. We have a choice of what we're going to do with our life and what we're going to do with the situation we're in. And I feel like Spirit is encouraging us. And honestly, I know this is Six of Cups. I wouldn't normally say it's a luck card, so to speak. To me, it is a sweet card. You can get lost in the nostalgia of childhood, but it also is a very loving card. And it is six. It's the number six. There is a balance to it, right? You're past the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups where you spilt some things and it didn't go so well, right? Uh, it's a reminder that there were good times and good times will come again. I don't, even though things look like crap right now, if you look out at the world, some really scary moments going on. And I'm not saying nothing bad will happen. Bad things are already happening. But it's not going to stay that way. The moral arc of the universe been towards justice. I mean, it is long, all right, and I know I'm butchering that wonderful, wonderful phrase, but I tell myself that often. And sometimes we need to listen to the words of the great men and women who came before us, who have fought and struggled, because they often know what they're talking about. Whether that be, family member, your friend, or, someone like Martin Luther King Jr. When you're down, allow yourself to reminisce and to look back to those moments in time when people fought and struggled, and consider the victory, and consider the fact that the best victory against them, I mean, beyond, and I say them, I'm talking about the ultra wealthy people who are perverted and disgusting and who traffic children and abuse the system for their own wealth and their own purposes, and do not care about how it impacts anyone else. After beating them, actually, I'd say it's almost neck and neck. It's not just removing that, but it's allowing yourself not to be infected with hopelessness and with despair. Because when you do, they are winning. So, with this nostalgia and this conservation, along with the hard work and dedication, right? The hard work of the harvest, this balance is where it will be what gets you there. All right. As you walk about your day to day, I think the takeaway today, I'm kind of moving away from an official um, daily anchor, but let your anchor be relying and looking toward those who have fought and who succeeded, and to take heart that, and to take care that they don't win when it comes to your mental health, right? They don't take your joy away. Don't let them. All right. I hope y'all have a great week. And thank you for seeing me here.